Live Oxford podcast. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having an awesome week. We are having a blast in the gym this week. It's Bring a Friend week, and we're just doing, man, just fun workouts, right? Like, we don't really care about keeping score. We're just bringing friends and we're just moving, especially after the last 8 weeks, baseline, retest week, all that good stuff. Now is time to just enjoy training a little bit, right? Just enjoy it, move, have a good time with your friends, and yeah, enjoy the fruits of your labor over the past training cycle. It's been fun. How are you doing this morning? What you got going on? How's the week going? Coming to the end of March, March 19th. Um, Yeah, it's just an exciting time in the gym. I think we had one of the best first quarters of the year that we've ever had in terms of results, engagement in the lift off, watching people just like some of the scores have been incredible over the last 8 weeks. And some of the guys that I've been working with, some of the men that I've been working with, like yesterday, I tested someone that's been with me for 8 weeks. And we do a simple baseline workout. And the first time he did it, it took him 14 minutes to complete the baseline workout. And during that 14 minutes, he on some of the movements didn't finish all the reps. Had to scale some of the movements. So like it was the 40 squats in the workout, and we had to use a ball. I had to get him to go down to a ball, and then there was um, 30 sit-ups, which surprisingly for a lot of people coming in, they overlook the sit-ups in the workout, and the 30 sit-ups are the thing that stop people the most, which is crazy. And then there's 20 push-ups, and I think he got to like 17. And I warn people like try not to do big sets because if you hit a wall, you can't recover. And we got to 17 and we had to just move on to the pull-ups. And then it was ring rows, and it was only 10 ring rows to finish. And I don't think he finished the ring rows. And then we're 8 weeks later, been working with me as his coach, fixed his nutrition, and just basic nutrition stuff, right? Over 8 weeks. We don't get into like really complex stuff. We're just starting to touch on macros and training regularly. Start with 3 times a week. And like most people, when he came in, is like, think I should do 4 or 5? And I was like, start with 3, then we'll add to 4, then we'll go to 5 after a few weeks. And then I think we went to 5 and we went back down to 4. So training 4 times a week. And then came in and did a retest yesterday. First time was 14 minutes on that workout. Didn't finish all the reps. And then yesterday was 7 minutes on the workout. Finished all the reps, full reps. And the first time we sat down and went over everything, and I had to email it to him because he was so out of breath and so tired that they just had to leave. And then this time they could have done class right after. So it was just incredible, right? And like to get to see that in person is what we do this for. It's what we love. And so we're coming to the start of a new cycle here. It's a really exciting time for you guys to be thinking about what results you want and how you can set goals going into this. Like with this guy, a real clear goal. He wanted to get in fit, he wanted to get in really good shape, wanted to lose some weight, wanted to get strong. In that baseline, there you could see how much stronger he got. Lost about 10 pounds, right? But from the photos, you can see like gaining muscle, shoulders are developing, biceps are developing, chest developing. So must have gained 5 pounds of muscle. So probably lost 15 to 20 pounds and gained a lot of muscle and a lot of strength and just a lot of confidence, right? Like these people start looking like completely different people. Face starts changing. But the cool thing about what we do is like I want to see you get more effective and more efficient as a person. Obviously, like everybody wants to look a little bit better, but I don't want you to get obsessed with the number on a scale. Like this guy coming in wanted to get strong, fit, and look better. Now, does that mean that every day we should be weighing in? For him, I don't think so. And like, he honestly didn't care about the number on the scale. He cared about feeling better, looking better, and all that stuff's happened. And so, what I care about and what we care about is the graphs in Wodify, where you get to see your strength doing this, and you get to see your confidence doing this, you can see your ability doing this. To me, that's more important than seeing a number on a scale do that, right? If you want to see the number on a scale do that, I'm good at that too. But what I like to see is things going up. You getting stronger, you getting more confident, you getting more effective, you getting fitter, you getting better. Obviously, the time on a workout, we get to see it do that. Your weight, if you want that goal, I want to see you do that on a graph. And so that's what we want to talk about, right? I know I talk a lot on this podcast about a lot of people are going and doing these different workouts and they're judging it based on things that don't really matter. So it's like, that was a cool workout. That gym has cool lighting. They have so many rowers. That is not how you get in shape, right? Oh, the graffiti on the wall was sick. Like, that's not the things that get you in shape. What get you in shape are having real results, baseline testing, and then setting real goals to get there and know what it is that you want to track. We're going to track things that we want to track because our goal for you is for you to get strong, fit, and ripped. But what are you tracking? Where are you going? What can you get out of the next 8 weeks? Is all about you taking personal responsibility and accountability for that, right? I would love to set goals with you and I would love to work with you. I really love working with people one on one, setting up your week, and then watching you fly. But you've got to know what it is that you want out of each program and each workout and each class you go to so that you can be effective, right? So today I want to talk about our goal setting framework to help you look good, feel good, and perform good over the next 12 weeks. Because we have this week, we're just finishing, like we just had our retest week. We've got our um, bring a friend week, so it's fun. Then we're on the way back up, right? We've got like prep week, and then we're into it. We're into a new training cycle. So, what do you want out of that training cycle, right? Beefy says, I'm about to get jacked and strong. So, she knows what she wants out of that. So, that's really good. We can track all them things and we can look at the week and say, hey, this is your workout here. Got to go heavy on that. You can't miss that one. This one here, maybe that day you just do level 1, level 2, and you just move because that one's like a recovery day for you. We can build out your whole week. So, let's talk about that. So, you got to start with your identity. That's number one. What is the identity that you want at the end of this, right? I want to be the kind of dad that trains 3, 4, 5 times a week. Is that what you want? I want to be an athlete again. I want to get into a routine where the gym is just a non negotiable. Or I want to lose 20 pounds so that I can do this. Not just I want to lose 20 pounds because you're not tying it to anything. Not, well, I want to gain 20 pounds. Well, why? Where is that going? What will that do for your life? And then what identity can you step into there that you can become? So for me, my identity for the last, I don't want to say how many years, is to be an athlete, right? I'm an athlete. So I have to set athletic goals. So when I look at the next 12 weeks, what we have coming up, I haven't quite moved on from the last 12 weeks because we got beach brawl and we've been training towards that. So that has been my identity for the last 8 to 10 weeks. Has been training for beach brawl with my friends, wanting to have a good time and crush that. So that is what I've tied all my training to. So I haven't tried to lose too much weight because I got to be strong for that. I haven't focused on getting really ripped because I want to be really fit, right? And it's a very different approach. As summer comes, that goal might change. So how that goal is going to change for me. So what was my identity? I'm going to train for DECA, Strong, and DECA Atlas. So I've got to get strong again. So it's not necessarily that I'm going to be getting ripped for summer. So I've got to understand that that's my identity in this time of life. Means that like I might not have a 12 pack for the summer because I want to get strong so that I can crush my Atlas time, which was really, really fast and really aggressive last time. So I have to get strong because it's 100-pound dumbbells on the farmer's carry. It's a 100-pound sandbag that I got to carry. It's 50-pound dumbbells that I got to be able to move. So I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm trying to gain strength in this time. What does that look like for you? I like goals where it's like, I want to be the kind of dad who trains 4 or 5 times a week, or I want to be kind of the mom that goes to the gym every day so I can be better for my kids, or I have a triathlon coming up, so I need to start getting ready for that in the fall. All these things we can start building onto, right? Or I want to get strong. Like Nick's goal here said, oh, he's just telling Beefy that she is Jackson Strong. But Nick, what's your goal in that? Tell me your goal so we can keep building on this. So that's what I want you to do is set an identity rather than a fitness goal. And if you do have a fitness goal, we got to tie that to an identity, right? If you're wanting to lose 20 pounds, why is that going to make your life better? So that you know, like, well, I really want to do good at DECA with one of my friends. And it's more of a fitness base there. So if I get fitter and I lose this 20 pounds, I could go faster at that. Or I want to do high rocks. High rocks is coming up. Got to be a little bit more in better running shape for that. So let's start that now. If I drop 20 pounds, it'd be like I'm not wearing this weight vest anymore. I could probably run faster. Cool. So we're tying it to that identity. Number two, there's 3 types of goals that you need to set, right? So a performance goal is your primary goal. So I want you to set a performance goal over the next 8 weeks. I want to complete DECA in this time. I want to do a 5K this time. I want to do DECA Atlas, or I want to finish DECA Atlas at the peak level, which is not an easy task just on its own in that 30-minute time cap. So with all the things we're going to have coming up over the next few weeks, when we go through our baseline week, you'll have a better idea for this. But I just want to put on your radar now so that you know that like our primary goal for you is not body composition. Our primary goal for you is fitness, strength, fitness, performance. We want to tie it to something that we can measure that is not arbitrary, that is not, I don't want to say shallow because all the other goals are really, really good and they're all your goals and they're all important. But why we exist is for you to just be a better human being, like more effective. Stronger people are harder to kill. Stronger people are more useful in general. Strength is never a weakness, and weakness is never a strength. We're always trying to get strong and fit. So we got to tie it to something like that. Improve my deadlift, improve my back squat, get better at my pull-ups. That was a huge one in the last cycle. And like you feel like an athlete when you get them pull-ups. So then the second goal is body composition, right? If you're going to do all this stuff, how do you want to look? And that's where you got to hire a coach because it's 99.999 nutrition. If you want to lose 15 pounds, drop 3 inches off your waist, get under a certain body fat percentage number, it's all getting used to what macros you need or how you need to eat. So we've got that performance goal, body composition goal. This is where it really matters, right? We've already said you're setting an identity. Now it's all about the lifestyle that you want from that. So I'm going to train 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week. I got to hit this protein target every day. And that is my number one goal because that's going to help me get strong. I've got to not go over this carb goal, not go over this fat goal every day because that is going to get me to my goal. I need to sleep 7 hours a night so that I recover better, or that my testosterone is better, or my hormones are better. I'm going to stop drinking Monday to Thursday, or Monday to Friday. Or, as I talked about in my last podcast, I'm going to have a feast and a fast day once a week. And that's just going to be my one day when I'm eating whatever I want. But on all the other days, I'm going to tighten it up so that I can hit my goals. But rather than it be, I eat well Monday to Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days on, 4 days off. That's not getting to my goals. And that didn't work over the last 8 weeks. So I got to fix that and make that 6 days on or 5 days on and then 2 days or 1 day off, right? So the 12-week target is what we like to work in. Why? Every good habit that you have won't show up this week. It won't show up next week. It won't show up the week after. Only just starting to show up at that 8-week mark. Only just starting to show up. By 12 weeks, you are going to get to see what you've done over the last 12 weeks. Your body shows a lagging measure of what you did over the last 12 weeks. Your finances, if you're saving money, it doesn't show up week one. But by 12 weeks, you get to see how you saved money over the last 12 weeks. Your finances is a lagging measure of your habits, right? Your money habits show up 12 weeks later. Your eating habits show up 12 weeks later. That's why we like to work with you for 8 to 12 weeks and then push that on and work with you for months and months so we can see that compounding interest of you investing in yourself and how you eat. A 12-week sprint is great for us because in each quarter, I truly believe this. In each quarter, if you work with one of our coaches, you get a year's worth of results. So if you work with me for 4 quarters, you get 4 years worth of results, especially compared to most gyms out there. Just throwing you a workout, hoping you eat right, not really caring about testing you or retesting you. Over a year, you might get kind of fit. You work with me for a year, you will be 4 years fitter than if you went to some other gym. And if you don't believe me, if that's not the case, I will measure you. We'll work together for a year, and I guarantee you get results every quarter that were the results that you got for 4 years at another gym. I guarantee it. And if that's not true, then I'll give you all your money back because I know what we do and I know how we do it and I know how effective it is. How do I know? Because I'm going to get them results this year. I've already got them results in the first quarter. I'm already so much fitter going into Beach Brawl this weekend than when we started in January. And I've got a year's worth of fitness in that time. I trained 4 or 5 times a week. I ate great. And my coaches helped me stay on track with everything that I was doing. I've got a clear and a specific finish. Beach Brawl. This is the things we need to work on. These are the aspects of where I need to get stronger. This weekend, get to see them results. Specific. Now, next week, in prep week, I'm going to relax. I'm going to rest. But for the last 12 weeks, I've been all in. And it's a nice time frame that next week I'm going to, as soon as I finish on Saturday, it's my off season for a week, right? And most people don't train like that. They're always in the on season and they're always just one day away from burning out. Me, I'm feeling the last 12 weeks. I'm ready for a week off. And then I'll be excited to get back in the gym for another baseline week. So the non-negotiables for us is we don't motivate you. I am not a motivational coach. I used to believe in motivation. I used to love motivational speeches. I used to love motivational books. I used to love motivational movies. Now I know that stuff fades, right? We set rules. Rules are so important. It's funny that I'm talking about rules, right? Because anybody that knows me, I've been described as, and this is one of my good friends described me as, Ant would give up his seat on a train to anybody, right? He would open a door for everybody. He's would do anything for anybody unless you tell him he has to do something for somebody. When you put a rule on me, I rebel against rules, right? I rebel against fake authority. I hate being told what to do. I love autonomy and I love giving other people autonomy. That's why you see it in our program, right? You get to choose what your goal is for this next quarter. We have 4 different kinds of workouts, maybe even 5, that you get to choose where you want to focus. Then we have so many events, strength events, fitness events, endurance events, so that you get autonomy over where you go. I don't want to tell you that you've got to go and do beach roll. I don't want to tell you that you've got to go and do DECA. I don't want to tell you got to do the CrossFit Open. I don't want to tell you you've got to do high rocks. I don't want to tell you you've got to go do a triathlon. I don't want to tell you you got to do a marathon. I want you to do what you love and use our awesome way of training to get there. I would never take a weight off of someone's barbell. I would never add a weight onto somebody's barbell. I would only tell you what your goal is and hope that you trust me that I can help you get there. But I'm never going to stop you having autonomy over how you work out. Never going to stop you having freedom over what you train for because I hate it when people do it to me. I would give you the shirt off my back, but if you tell me I have to give you the shirt off my back, damn sure you're not getting this fucking shirt, right? And that's why we set rules. because rules are more important. I used to believe that rules pinned you in to a place where you'd lose your freedom, but rules give you more freedom. If your only thing is that you have to work out 4 times this week, I don't care how you get it done, right? Even the clients that I work with, I'm like, how many times a week we working out? They're like, well, I'm aiming for 3 at Oxfit. Cool. Okay. If you miss one, this is what you're going to do. If life gets on top of you, this is what you're going to do. Right. But our rule is that we work out this many times a week. Your goal is to hit 180 grams of protein this week. That's your only rule. What about fat? What about carbs? I don't care right now. Hit that protein goal. That's our rule. All right. I can do that. This is your minimum amount of movement this week. This is a minimum amount of time I want you to be outside, right? We just set these basic, simple rules so we don't have to worry about motivation. And within that rule, you have ultimate freedom. That's what I love about our program. Rules over freedom. Then I just want you to track what is important to you, right? So if your goal is strength, we're tracking that strength on a weekly basis. We're not getting pissed off if it goes down because cycles have ups and downs. You'll have off weeks, you'll have weeks where you feel tired. That's the point of the program. But we're going to track what it looks like every single week. If it's fitness, we're going to track how you're doing on them cardio goals, how many miles you're running a week, how much you're walking, how many steps you're doing, all that stuff on the cardio. If you want to lose weight, then we're probably going to track that, right? Numbers are important to us. We're just not going to obsess over them. We're just going to see where we're at. Then we constantly adjust the program. I'm not going to be like, why have you not done your spreadsheet? Why do you not keep working on that? I put in 5 simple goals when we start working together. And if you don't do one for a week, we're going to find another one that fits, right? And I've given this example before. For the last 5 or 6 years before this year, every year I said, my New Year's resolution is I'm going to learn how to play the guitar. I haven't touched a guitar. I haven't bought a guitar. I haven't looked up music. I haven't looked up a YouTube series on how to play the guitar. Not going to play the guitar. Stop saying it. If we start working together and you say, I want to do this, and then 3 weeks in, you've never done that, then we got to find a different goal and we have to adjust, right? We don't start over. We adjust along the way. So, how are you going to use this content? Your goal is not necessary to lose weight. That's what a lot of people come in and they say. We will help you lose weight. It's just not your main goal. Your goal is to become the person that doesn't gain the weight back. You're going to lose weight. You're going to get strong. You're going to get fit. You're going to get more confident and more sure of yourself here. But your goal is to become the kind of person who has systems, rules, habits that just will never gain that weight back. You're going to become that person that is going to get results every quarter for the next 12 months. How can I help with that? I'm here twice a week on this podcast. You can ask me any question you want for free. You see me in the gym, ask me any question you want for free. My Instagram is @AnOxley. I also have @fitdads.training, right? All the things that you can contact with me with are on there. Ask me questions. Use me as a resource. I've worked with thousands of clients over the last 10 to 12 years doing this, getting people results. We're going to see the results of last quarter's work here at Beach Brawl. Then we're going to start training for DECA and DECA Atlas. We got a 5K coming up. All kinds of goals are in this. And then the next season is going to come really fast. So we're building a level of fitness here that we can go and use outside the gym for triathlons, for half marathons, man, all kinds of fun stuff. Don't miss it. For you guys that are not at Beach Brawl this week, we've got another opportunity to do Beach Brawl this year. So let me know if that's what you want to do. I was talking to some people yesterday that were like, oh man, I think I might want to do that in the fall again. Or will you guys do this again? Of course. Let's get going. Nick finally come back to me with, I should probably work on building up my cardio again. I just want to look hot in a Speedo. I mean, aren't both of them things intertwined? So let's get you hot in a Speedo and get you fit. If we get you really fit, really good at the cardio style workouts for Decker Atlas, you're going to look hot in a Speedo. So easy. This next quarter is exactly what you need. Just know, Nick, I'm here, and my program will get you hot in a Speedo. So if you want to take it to the next level, if anybody else out there wants to take it to the next level, ant@ox.fit, and let's get to work. I hope that helped. Let's review that and give me some of your comments and questions on anything that you think I might have missed. So we start with your identity. Who do you want to become over the next 8 weeks? We set a performance goal first. 5K, Decker, pull-ups, deadlift, get strong. How do we measure that? We want something that we can measure. That's the difference at Oxfit. Then body composition on top of that. Do them two goals go together, right? Nick getting his cardio and looking good in a Speedo, boom. Them two things go together. We've got clear, concise goals. And then what is the lifestyle that we can build? How many times a week does he need to work out? I would say he needs to be in the gym 4 or 5 times a week, maybe even 6 if he can swing it. And then he needs to have a protein target. And then, like most men, he probably has a tendency to overeat carbs. So I'm gonna rein in his carb intake for the first few weeks, and then we're gonna build it back up to something that's sustainable with clean carbs. Easy. We're gonna test him and retest him, and then we're gonna track his weight on a scale as well as how he looks. So progress photos every week, and we're not gonna stay just on that. We're gonna adjust it when things are not going well. And in 12 weeks, he's going to look good in a Speedo. He's going to be fit as hell. And he's going to be crushing fitness goals. That's how Oxfit works in a nutshell. My goal for him at the end of that would be like, he has a life now. He understands his fitness. He understands his nutrition in a way that he can go on and keep getting them results for the next 12 months. Man, what a podcast. This is free. This is a free podcast. I just told you how to get the best results of your life in the next 12 weeks. If you want 4 years worth of results, then come on, let's get to it. And just to close it out, just so Nick doesn't get sad, we can also do this by you being able to keep them cookies in there. If you want to know that, though, you've got to hit me up on that one. I'm not giving away that advice for free until the next time. See you at the beach if you come into Beach Brawl this weekend. If you're not and you need big goals, ant@ox.fit, we got 1 week before we really got to get to work. So don't wait. Don't put it to the end of this quarter. Let's start now because summer will be here before you know it. And just like Nick, you want to look good in a Speedo.